Hey guys.
All right.
Can't hear Lee?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Good. Tell Lee we can't hear her, Matt, please.
Her microphone is muted.
Yep.
I can
Unmute
see it.
yourself,
Her
girl.
microphone is muted.
Yeah. Unmute yourself, Lee.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. How's
Now
everybody
we go.
doing?
Good, good.
Pretty good.
You make
Yeah, a
her
little warm.
look she is. Awesome.
Good job. Yeah, that was great.
So we have been on the that calls us ramblers.
More
Yeah,
like the Road Warriors.
yeah. We started.
Yeah.
Yes, we started off going to Gettysburg, and not only did we go to Gettysburg, but we did a really cool investigation. Matt had some really amazing things happen to him. It was very emotional for him, and we found out that it's been emotional to several soldiers that have been there. And we just so happened to run into James Stokes and his wife, and they were doing the same thing we were doing at the same space, at the same spot. Then we went from Gettysburg to New Orleans, NOLA. That was
Hola.
amazing. We went to a voodoo house. We went to the Andrew Jackson Hotel. And it's not in honor of Andrew Jackson. It's actually when Andrew Jackson got his hand popped because he was trying to take over New Orleans and they ran him out on a rail.
They sure did.
So there you go on that one. So that's pretty intense. And we met some incredible spirits. We actually had some experiences with Voodoo Authentica that was incredible. Wonderful people. We
I
met
love them.
vampires.
Love them.
Yes. And then we went to Alabama.
Woo,
And
home.
Alabama is
Home sweet home.
home.
Oh,
Yes,
sweet home.
Alabama. Yes. Let's bring Teresa in because I can't believe all the things we were able to get into in Alabama. Hey, Teresa.
Hey,
Hey.
Teresa.
A lot of people don't know about
And
what you can get into in Alabama.
There's a lot to get into in Alabama.
Yeah.
yes, there is.
So, and I have to tell a joke real quick. Who would have ever thought that we would encounter an alligator on the road in Alabama?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And
all
I
the
know this
driving all over the place.
Well, I'm kind of used to that.
You do some gator wrangling down there.
Our two of our children love to hunt gator.
There you
Yep,
go.
our oldest daughter and our middle son,
I met her actually. Yeah.
our youngest son. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we're from South Carolina, and we don't usually have to yield to gators. So, yeah.
Well, the problem is we didn't yield to the gator. We ran him over.
Yeah.
Let's
and
rephrase
if you
that.
tried not to run him over, you straddled him.
Oh, true.
But
And he kept right on
only
going.
had a little knot on his head.
Yep.
Yep. Right on. Yep. That was a trip. Y'all, that was a trip.
He'll think twice before stepping out in front of a Durango again.
Yeah,
I
right.
think the Durango got the better lick on it.
Hey, you messaged me.
With a hitch on that.
And I thought you were joking. And I said, what?
No,
Really?
no, that was very serious. With gator wrestling. So we went all over the place to all these cons, right? Great cons, great people, but there is something about Alabama. It's going home. It's like a family reunion when you go there. The great people, of course, this is what, the 6th year? Is that right?
Yeah, this was the 5th year.
5th year. Okay. So we've been to all of them, and they're great. And it gets better every time. It gets a little bit, you'd think it's not going to get better. It's going to be, it's going to plateau at some point, but it gets better every time. And you guys have done a wonderful job
Yes.
of keeping that together. And it's really awesome. You have probably got one of the most loyal fan bases for your con that I've ever seen. I've seen people for 5 years in a row, that I haven't, it's like I said, it's like a family reunion. We see people that we haven't seen for a long
They
time and
see
we have
us
a
and they
great
say,
time.
"Oh, it's been a year. I had to come back and see." Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Oh, let me
wonderful.
say
we
something
do.
real quick, guys. If you are trying to message us on Letriana Terry Brown profile, if you don't see your comments or interacting with us, go to mine because it's a glitch in hers. She had issues, and let's just say that something is not right. So just go to mine and message us. And I apologize for you having to switch, but right now that's what we're having to just tell everybody because we are aware that we're missing comments and stuff. So, all right, go ahead, Matt. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And, we always have a group of people that end up, we always have students that end up showing up there. And sometimes you'll have people from classes that were way back that show up there because of the different timelines. And you're closer to, say, the Mississippi line. So we end up with people that would go to that and meet us. It's great. It's a great con. And I really love the family atmosphere. And there's a lot that other people that do cons could learn from coming to your con.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I've told them. I've actually told them to call you.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys done a great job. And,
Thank you.
we want to let you guys know that, hey, Richard.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
Richard.
He's part of the family too.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
He came to our other event last year, which was Medieval Faith Fest. And he was just Richard. I mean, he was all over the place, but he was having fun. So
That's good.
Oh yeah, they are fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
You're doing the Medieval Faith Fest.
yes, but it's not in Alabama.
Oh, where's that going to be?
It's going to be in Marietta, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually are right on the Florida-Alabama line, so it's just a few minutes, and we're there. 30 minutes maybe at times from our house to Marietta, Florida. So
And when is that going to be?
it's going to be
That's
November 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's a 3-day event. Last year was our first year, and we were bombarded. And we couldn't get people to leave. When it was closing time, they didn't leave. The vendors stayed because they were selling. They wasn't leaving. 9 o'clock at night, they were still there, and we were supposed to close at 7. And so this year we decided we're just going to open it up for 3 days and give everybody a chance to get in there.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
it was amazing. It's a lot different than doing a Paracon. It's more outside. This year I do believe we're going to have some inside stuff going on, but it's more outside stuff. And we on Sunday it started to rain, and I was thinking, oh yep, everybody's just gonna pack up and go home. But they stayed through the thunderstorm, kept on selling. There was people lined up outside, and I was trying to get them under our little canopy at the front gate, get it where they were dry, and then they were what I call tent hopping. They go from this tent to that one, trying to stay dry.
Yeah.
And then I said, go on up to the arena. That's where the Pirates are doing their shows and stuff. And you can get under there, that big arena with the top on it, has the bleachers under there, and you can be dry and watch the show. Well, after doing all of that, they get up there and they sit down on the bleachers. And what does the Pirates do? Splash water on everybody. So they didn't stay dry after all. But they had a lot of fun. You just can't help it when the waves hit the boat and it splashes on you.
Yeah, right. That sounds great. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
one of our pirate ladies, I was worried that she might not make it this year, but she says she's coming. She had her 10th baby, and she says she's strapping him to her, and she's coming.
Ooh,
Good
10th
Lord.
baby.
Did I hear?
Man,
Yeah, I was like, what?
that means there's a bunch of them behind her in tow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
following her along like little ducklings.
But
Oh.
she was really good. They were really good. Her and her husband do the whole show, and I didn't get to sit through the whole thing, but I just hear people talking about it, and I just made sure I didn't go during the time when the waves come through and splash me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it was a lot of fun. We had a lady that was doing the fire poi there, and that was a little nervous because I'm thinking, I don't know if you're going to catch yourself on fire, somebody else on fire, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep, and we had the gesture there, doing fire eating, and we had the witches, the Forgotten Coast witches. Oh my goodness! And I'm thinking that they're coming back. She is checking those dates and making sure that they are available, and they do dances and stuff like that. They come in, and last year, and at the beginning at the gate, and they paraded around, and everybody just followed them around the whole little camp there that we had. And then they performed different dances and performances throughout the day. And then we had the Paravanas, which is our Arabian belly dancers that was there with their veils and their swords, and they were performing even in the rain on Sunday. They got out of the tent and let the people get in their tent, and they stood in the rain and did the dances.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
And so it was, that was just amazing that they did that, because I would have left and went home. It was raining, but they didn't. So it was really good. A lot of good food. It was funny to us because I was at the gate, and one of our food vendors come by, and he says, "Can you let me out the gate?" And I'm like, I thought he was mad or something, but he said, "No, I got to go get supplies. We ran out." I'm like,
Oh
I think
Wow.
that's good. That's very good. And then a few minutes later, another one of our food vendors came up and says, "I don't know where to get the stuff I need." And so, but Stan directed him to his store, and they went and restocked. So everybody, and I'm telling you, watch out for Dawn, because every time I went up there to get the beef stew or the soup that they had some, was it chickpea soup or something like that. And every time I went up there to get it, Dawn got the last bowl of it. Every time.
wow.
Dawn.
So she was
All right,
really,
Dawn. We're going to keep an eye on you this
Yeah.
time. We have to throw a
Don't
chain
cut you
around your
off.
leg. We're going to do that. Want to slow her down.
yeah, that's true. And we had a scavenger hunt going on, and we had a guy that was doing the axe throwing, and on his way there, his vehicle broke down and he didn't make it. So me and Debbie was scrambling to go find the stuff for the axes. We're trying to find the throwing axes, but you know us, we don't know what we're doing. So we brought back hatchets, not throwing axes, but hatchets. And Stan got plywood and set it up, and it was so funny. We had a blacksmith out there, and his wife volunteered to do the axe throwing vendor spot there, and the first guy threw the axe, and it just bounced off the wall. And she said, "Let me see that axe." And she looked at it, and she says, "I'll be right back." And she went and seen her husband. And when she came back, she says, "Now throw this axe." And then it stuck in the wall. And so I said, "Okay." So the blacksmith knew what to do to fix that axe where it would stick in there. He sharpened it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
for. So it was, you know, it was really fun. She had a lot of fun just doing that, and she made some money doing it. So that was really
Right.
good. You know, I don't ever ask how much a vendor makes. I don't care. All I care about is was it worth their while? Did they make their money back enough that they would come back and do this again? Because
Right.
that's what it's all about, is making sure everybody has fun and it's something that is worthwhile to them. And I think everybody there was pretty well happy with what was happening, and there people signed up immediately afterwards to be vendors, like
Oh
the
wow.
next day after we
Nice.
closed was
Hey,
trying to sign up.
Michelle.
So I think it's really awesome. I like hearing the stories, the funny stories. Like one lady, or there was two ladies that was actually selling barbecue sandwiches there. And I asked them when I did the little walkthroughs where opening up, I said, "Are y'all ready for the crowd that's coming in?" And they were sitting there and they were laughing. And so I said, "Are you sure you're ready? Because y'all are sitting down. You sure you got everything right ready to go?" And they was like, "Oh yeah." And so I pointed to the gate and they was like, "Oh my God." And she got on the phone and she's calling her mom. She says, "Get up, you've got to go to the store. I don't have enough food."
Oh
So
man.
it was all the way, it was across the parking lot, the line was, and to the road.
600.
Yeah, it
So
was
tell me this.
600 and
Wow.
some people were in line.
Oh wow. Is the ice cream vendor that had the hearse, are they going to be there?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Oh my
They have
gosh.
been,
That was
they
some
have
good
been
ice cream.
invited. Yeah,
That was
they have
good
Mhm.
been
stuff.
invited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they were
we'll
great.
see.
They
They
were.
were great.
So,
And then you had the German
I got
food, and
wind of
yeah,
it.
it's
yeah,
I sent Matt
nonstop,
after
Donna.
mine. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, I gotta have some.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I
that was
didn't get any of their food, and I didn't get any of the Jamaican food either. But Vivian got her plate and sat right down next to me and would not share.
What?
that's
I would have
Vivi.
went and got you
Yeah.
some. Goodness.
So
The
I'm like,
sword got some and somebody else, and they ate every bite. He was, you know, picking up the bones and sucking on them out of the
Yeah.
octopus.
do what?
He loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. You guys did a wonderful job picking the food that was going to be there for this event, having a variety. Um, and, you know, it wasn't, it, people got to come out of show mode and go outside to get something to eat and didn't realize there's a show outside too
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the larpers and the blacksmiths. And there were people making armor right there. I thought that was pretty cool.
There were.
Pretty cool to
And
watch.
they're coming to Medieval Faith Fest now. I think it's the same group, but just different people in that group that will be coming, and so they'll be doing something totally different. Now we haven't actually had a meeting yet on that to find out. We're supposed to, hopefully, in the next week or so, meet and see exactly what they're going to be able to bring out.
Right.
So that's going to be good. I do know they're talking about, I'm going to say this wrong, doing the melee. So it's going to be like wrestling, but medieval style.
Oh, so they're
Very
like
cool.
melee, like hitting each other with weapons while they're
Yes.
wearing armor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The,
Oh yeah.
the real,
We got to
it's
go
the,
to this.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
I'm
the real
going.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, we
They,
got to go to
they,
this.
I asked them,
It's
do
in
y'all ever
November, is
get
that right?
mad at each other and really, really, fight? And they said, well, we try not to, but sometimes somebody hits us too hard and it'll make us mad. And some
Yeah.
of us might, lose it. But he says they really try to understand that it is just for show.
Yeah, I imagine getting smacked with a sword or an axe is not.
Mm-mm.
It's going to bring something out of you that you might not have known was there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
That might trigger
We did.
me.
Yeah,
Might
we
be
did.
seeing red.
Yeah. A little bit.
We do have some performers that we are in the process of talking to. We haven't actually had the contract signed yet, but we will have a lot more performers there. Like I said, it's a huge, huge place. It has the arena, which is bigger than the football field.
Oh
The
wow.
arena is. So
Yeah.
we'll be having different things underneath there. I want to find out if I could do some sort of workshops. If we could get people signed up to do some workshops, then we could get the inside buildings maybe to do them, depending on what the workshops are.
Right.
But that would be awesome.
We're not going to do primitive fire building inside the workshop.
No.
I would love to see a blacksmith doing their thing outside though. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be cool.
Well, the blacksmith that we had last year, it was already booked. So I don't know. I've asked Ethan, does he have a blacksmith on board? I know the one that was doing the metal work, I know it's a little bit different. So we're just going to see. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to have it or not.
You guys, in the
Yeah.
comments, I put the medieval fair when I 2026. I put the dates, I put where it was, and then there's the link there also that you can copy and paste.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot.
Quit clicking, quit clicking.
Yeah.
I click and just clickety click. I just love to click. Put it in the banner so we can scroll it across the bottom.
So, Teresa, how is it that you can pull off a Paracon, the size of the Paracon and the intensity and the level that you pull off in August, and then turn around in November and you've got another big event that you're pulling off? Do you sleep at night, or do you just like on the road?
Joe.
No.
I see her
Yeah,
up. I see her. I see her and staying up when I'm up, so I get it.
He also said he has more than one job.
Wow.
I do.
Yep.
I
Woman
work.
is an Energizer bunny.
I work for Veterans Cleaning Solutions, and I work for 5-Star Painting of Dothan, and I also run the Dothan Downtown Tours. Of course, we also have Sunnyside Lane Hobby Farm that we also work from. We raise our own vegetables and herbals, different kinds of herbs and stuff. I do wild crafting too. I also sell online on the website. I sell a lot of seeds and different types of herbs and tinctures and stuff like that on there.
And I got pickles. She
Yeah.
gave me some of her pickles. I'm going to go get them. I'm going to go in the
The
kitchen
cowboy.
and get them.
Yeah, the cowboy candy. Yep, that's it right there. And I think I gave you some that had a little bit of the red jalapeno peppers in there, and they're sweeter, but they are hotter. They're really
I'm
good.
going to use that on my. I almost made spinach tonight. I made a meatloaf and some asparagus, and I thought, gosh, I'm going to make too much food for just me and Matt. We got a whole it's a shepherd's pie, and I was like, oh my God, I made a big old thing. Matt, you're going to be eating shepherd's pie a while, I'm afraid.
It's like I'm
I
not
love
even having
shepherd's pie.
He said he loves it.
Yeah.
So
Now,
besides that, I want to throw this real quick. Hold on. We do have some people on my Facebook page. I want you to know, Richard, Bill, we're not ignoring you. It's broken over there. We can't see you. And Gwen was just talking about it. So go to Gwen's
just go
profile.
to my page.
It
Yep, go to my
works there.
page. Yep.
Yeah, and if something goes wrong, Gwen's the complaint department as well.
Thank you,
Blaine
Matt.
said, add him. Blaine said, can you add him?
Yes,
Gwen?
here we go.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
I'll tell you
Blaine.
something funny. This
You
morning,
forgot about me. I've been here since 7:15 like you told me to.
Yeah, you're live on the show. How you doing? What's going on?
Well, we just started the third floor. We've got a group of 3 on the bottom floor, And they're working with equipment right now because batteries are already starting to drain up here on the first and third floor.
They're coming after you already.
Yeah.
Dude,
You're,
that's
you
my
were so
life.
dark, I couldn't see you there, honey.
So
I saw it cut out a couple times too. For those of you watching, this is where Blaine, Ed, and Myra are. They are at Pauley Jail, and
Yeah, I'm gonna
Teresa
walk
is actually,
downstairs where I can get a little bit better view, a little bit where y'all can see me for a minute.
and so if you are interested in investigating these, here's some pictures in the
Oh, I
daytime
hate stairs.
of
I think
Pauley
my knees
Jail.
hate stairs.
yeah, you on those narrow stairs that feels like somebody's about to push you down.
Dude, that's why I
Please
warned
be careful.
everybody, watch these
Yeah.
stairs.
And watch the little fellas that are there that have a tendency to
I'm
give
gonna
a
stand
little
in front of
push.
them. They're gonna fall on me. I guess. I know.
Hey, Ed.
Ed and them are still upstairs. I walked outside for a minute when you guys could see me a little bit better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, there he is.
There's Blaine. Hey.
Yeah, guys. I mean, it's already pretty active in here. I haven't given any of the stories yet of what's going on in here. I just gave them warnings about some of the female spirits on the first floor get catty sometimes. I told them to watch themselves when they're on the stairs. Because me and Matt both have almost been pushed down those stairs.
Yes.
I had a guy have his leg broke on the stairs.
Ooh.
What,
Oh.
Teresa, was that the night that I was here that we did Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, remember the guy that fell down the stairs?
Yes.
Yep.
Because
Broke
Matt
his
picked
leg.
it up on an Estes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
He
Hey,
picked up
Blaine, cut your
Emily
volume
and
down
Polly
just a
down the
little
stairs.
bit or something because it's really blasting loud.
I don't know why. Is that better?
But yeah, that's fine. Just hold it back a little bit. There you go.
So are you out front of the building?
Yeah, I'm in front of the building right now.
Behind you. Cool.
And since we missed our time, and I don't know when you guys want me to do another live from here.
We'll go. Well, let's talk about it. What do you see?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, right now, what I'm picking up is what we normally pick up on the third floor. I don't want to give nothing away because
Yeah.
we've got a group here that's never investigated it before. I'm the only one that's ever been in this building that's with us. Miss Meyer, are you okay? Okay. But she stepped outside to make sure she was all right.
Hey, Blaine, turn around so that we can see the jail over your shoulder.
Hold on, let me see if let me flip it again.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
we can see it. Yeah, we can see it over.
Right
your shoulder.
there,
There you
right
go.
there.
That's perfect.
Well, let me go back. There we
Yeah.
go.
There it is.
All right, I'm walking so you'll get a little bit better view of it. It's hard to do because this ground's uneven, so I'm watching the camera instead of watching the ground. So
Yeah.
I don't want to fall and tweet myself.
No more broken legs at that place.
That's the truth. Okay.
No.
Is that a little bit better?
That's great. That's
Yes.
great. Perfect view.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Blaine, that's the shot right there.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to do another live from here because the other group that's with us did not want to do this. So I asked if I could do at least once from the third floor. But I figured it'd be better outside. And I'll keep you guys updated on what we're catching and what we're not catching. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just
That's
text
great.
Matt if you get something going, and
Yeah.
let's see if we
Get
can
something going.
yeah.
I'll tap back in. But
That's
let me
right.
get off here. We're down to serve the other group on the first floor.
All right. That sounds
Okay.
great. We'll tap back with you in a little bit.
All right. Bye.
He's on the front
All right.
line, doing great, man.
So this is a unique night that you've got both the in-house, you've got the podcast going on with our wonderful guest, Teresa, but you also have Blaine on location at the Poly Jail in Alabama, and Teresa and Stan are ones that are usually doing tours of that place. You guys are still doing tours of that?
I do, yes.
Yes. So if you want to
Wow.
investigate this location, you can reach out to Teresa and Stan, and she can set up an investigation for you at this place. It's a great place. There's a lot of stuff
It's
going on.
incredible.
Just remember, it's a jail. So
Yeah.
sometimes the spirits that are there
It
can
will
be
be
a
a
little
little bit.
naughty.
Yeah.
Gwen, I have
If,
got to
if,
take you because you won't
if they
believe
were, yeah. If they were
you
bad
won't
people,
believe how
then more than
real
likely
it
they're
is.
bad spirits.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
There's a situation where a man spontaneously combusted at that jail.
I don't know of that.
Hmm.
Mhm. He
Yeah.
caught fire in the jail.
Oh wow.
Which
He,
one?
he burned up. Yeah. Here, let me look it up. Somebody told me about it, and then I looked it up, and I was like, "Holy crap, that really happened."
Yeah. I think it was on the third floor. He was in one of the cells. I think it was I think he was in there by himself.
Yeah.
So they called it spontaneous combustion. It might have been spontaneous. I'm gonna throw some gasoline on you and set you on fire, or some
Oh.
kerosene on you and set you on fire, and
Okay.
everything
So
turned up.
it's called the historic Bullock County Jail in Union Springs, Alabama, the Pauley Jail. Um, he did not. The prisoner was burned alive. Okay. But it's not historically verified as a case of spontaneous human combustion. The story became well known through a paranormal TV series called Ghost Asylum, and its Polyjail episode described the location as having a history of racial violence and unauthorized executions. Specifically says the investigator attempted to contact a prisoner who was burned alive. Okay, and there,
Okay.
I'm
That,
trying
that
to find the newspaper article.
that's not correct. That's not correct. That is J.W. Mann, and he lit his cigarette and then fell asleep because he was sleeping off a drunk. And that is documented. He did not burn. He died from the smoke inhalation, and that's what is on his death certificate when they did the autopsy. And
Okay.
we do have the copies of his death certificate and what the coroner did. We also know his grandson who he was raising at that time, and we got the accounts from him and from
You're
Mrs.
right.
Mann,
I,
his
I
wife.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah, it says J.W. Mann, Poly Jail, Union Springs, Alabama, was arrested and placed in Poly Jail on Christmas Eve, 1960.
Mhm.
Fell asleep while smoking in his bed in his cell,
Hmm.
and the fire happened in the jail, but he died of smoke inhalation. Yep.
Yep.
But the Ghost Asylum folks, the official episode of the Wraith Chasers, also they
Yeah.
mentioned burn
Yeah.
alive.
We
That's
spoke with them, and we went up right after they did, and that's when we met Miss Barbara, and we actually have been speaking with the local historian as well. Um, so we're going to go back with all the new evidence that we have as far as history wise, and kind of confirm it with what we get at the jail.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. That's something I really enjoy about investigating. When you get down to it, when you match up your investigating, the things that you find, and then you go in the genealogy and you find all these things that match up, and go in the historical files and see, oh wow, this really happened, and this person really lived there, and this happened. So these all the names that you find and the instances that they tell you about line up. It's
Yes.
one of the fun things we do with our classes. We go to the genealogy department, and after we've done a series of investigations, and then they get to investigate on the genealogy side,
Yeah.
and the aha moments that people have of, I heard this already, I've seen this, this is like reading our investigation. So yeah,
Well,
that's really fun.
that's like when I was doing the genealogy on Albert Johnson, I found a picture of his sister. And his sister, so Albert was supposed to be a black man. Really, he was 19.
I
He
love
was a
that name.
teenager. He was a kid. And
Uh,
you know, when you're talking, I can't prove this. This is just my way of thinking about this. I have, at that point, I had teenage sons, and I know how they behave around young ladies. And when you think of the woman that he was supposedly attacked, she was 22. But you got to think about her husband was an older gentleman of in his 30s. So to us, that doesn't seem like that's not old. But back then, people just didn't live as long as they do now. And
Right.
so because their life was, their lifestyle was harder on them. And so a man that was in his 30s may have had gray hair, may have had the wrinkles and stuff from being outside. You just don't know what elements or what kind of lifestyle he's had that has played on his health. So if his wife was younger and she was 22, and there's this 19-year-old kid that
Yeah.
is working on the farm, and the guy's gone and he's always working, but there's this 19-year-old teenage boy there. He's pretty interesting. I mean, I can't prove this. This is just my theory. So when they say that he actually forced her into this, I am still questioning, did he really? And that sounds bad. Did he really force her? Because why wouldn't the husband want to kill him? See, that's the start with. I was thinking, oh, it's nothing to it. But then when you start looking at that, why did he defend Alberdine if he thought that he really forced the woman? He wouldn't have. He would have wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He went to the judge, or the sheriff rather, went to the sheriff and tried to get him moved because he knew these men were coming to kill him.
Oh, wow.
Why would he do that? I would like, heck yeah, then I don't got to do it. That's what I would be thinking. If I was him, I would. But he didn't. So
Wow.
I'm wondering, so I'm thinking about the time period. It was 1911. And so thinking about the time period, it was very taboo, first of all, to cheat on your husband. That's really bad in itself. But it's really taboo if you're a white woman with a black man.
Yes.
Right. But what if she didn't know he was black? Oh, how do you think about that? So when I seen the picture of his sister, she did not look black. She
What?
didn't.
Oh.
You could see if you really blow the picture up and you look closely, you can see the telltale signs, I guess you're saying. I'm not sure what words, but you could tell, yeah, she's not white, but she is probably mixed race.
Maybe Native
So,
American.
yeah, and so
Mulatto.
and so how do you know? I don't have any pictures. I would love to find some pictures of Alberdine to see if he is the same complexion as his sister, because then I'm thinking maybe Mrs. Butts didn't know he was a black teenage boy.
Or maybe it was easier to justify to the court that a lynch mob came and got him by saying that.
Yes. And they were going to bring him to her so she could watch his execution. So that to me also would be a horror, because if somebody had raped me, I don't want to see him. Why would they do that? I don't want to see him. And my husband would know I wouldn't want to see him. So that again just didn't make sense to me. So that's why I'm wondering, is it a case that there was an affair and they got caught and she just lied? about it to save face. And her husband probably knew she was lying. And so, but he had to save face too, at the expense of a 19-year-old kid.
Mm.
You know, but that's my theory. I might be wrong. You know, I like to hear all sides of it, and I'm still doing some research. Another thing is they hunted him down. They had, I guess, lack of better words, a posse looking for him. They were doing a manhunt. They had the dogs out. They were chasing him through the creek, through briars. He put stuff in his shoes to throw off the scent of the dogs. And then when they did find him, they shot him in the face with a shotgun. But then when they put him in the jail, they said they had to send somebody in to identify who he was. How can you miss a guy that shot in the face with a shotgun?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah,
You
you
know?
wouldn't miss it.
So it's a lot of inconsistencies there that doesn't match up with what was written in the newspapers. It just doesn't match. And he was not hung up in the courtyard there at all. It was a mile down the road near the train tracks because they were afraid that the military guys was coming in to settle the unrest, and they were coming in on the train. So when you go back and look at old maps, you can see where the old train tracks was, which they have taken up. But they did not hang him by the neck. They hung him by the hands. When they say they strung him up by his hands and lifted him up that way and then shot him. The shooting is what killed him. Not
Turned
the
into a
hanging.
turkey shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you just gotta, a lot of people are wanting to make it more interesting, and it's interesting to me the way it is.
Yeah. Being hung up by your hands and everybody taking pot shots at you is pretty interesting. That's not a way I'd want to go.
Nope.
No.
It's not
So
like
that
you're being put before a
you know,
firing squad.
If he was hung by the neck correctly, I guess you say, then it's going to snap his neck and he's going to be instantly gone.
Right.
But hanging him up by his hands meant they got to torture him longer. He lived longer.
True.
Yeah.
So, people don't want to see that. They want to know that it was terrible what happened. But it was done, it was over, and it was quick. No, it was not. It was not. They drug him out of that jail cell. He was fighting them. And they drug him out. And then one of them that shot him with a derringer in the hip. So he was still being made to walk with a gunshot in the hip. So, I think he was tough, and he was fighting it with everything he had. So, yeah, it was very horrific.
I have
And
a
I think,
derringer. A derringer's about like getting stabbed. They're
yeah,
little bitty bullets that go in there,
mhm,
and they're not very accurate unless you're close enough to touch them. And oh my
exactly.
God, I can't imagine having that in my hip and having to walk.
So, and
Got
still
more
goes
people
back
that are
to
saying stuff
why
like
would
it was
her
about this up.
husband try to protect him?
Guys, yeah,
Unless he knew there was a lie going on and an innocent man was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
maybe she did it before.
Yeah. So, I think that it needs to be more investigation done on it. I really do.
I think
Oh, and
so
by the
too.
way, he had an alias, and for the life of me, I'm probably gonna get it backwards. It's Jackson Walker, but sometimes I think he used it as Walker Jackson. And this alias name, after 1911, got married and had children.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
And Aberdeen Johnson was hanged, killed, whatever, on April 5th, 1911. So how can he continue to live, get married, and have children after that? There's something wrong there.
Yeah, sounds
There's
like it.
definitely something wrong there.
Yes.
Sounds like maybe they got a stand-in. Shot him in the face with a shotgun so you couldn't tell who he was.
Yep.
If you think about 1911, there's a pretty good chance that that shotgun was loaded with black powder, so it would have probably burned them and
Ooh.
put black ash all over their face.
Oh, yeah.
So they may have looked that way. Wow.
So it's just like I said, it's something we might not ever know what happened. And we interviewed
have
some
to
of the
ask them.
actual inmates from there too, as well, 2 of them. And they would not even come up on the grass. They would stand on the pavement and point, and just to look, the way they looked at the building, it was terror. And one of them said he went in when he was 16, just doing, teenager stuff, getting into trouble, doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing. And they took him to Pauley jail, and he said he never got in trouble with the law after he got out of there. He says there's things in there that you can't see that happens. And we kept saying, well, come in and tell us your story. And he would not come within 10 feet of that building.
Wow.
Oh. And the older man that we were interviewing, he told us, he said he did not want to be filmed. He did not want his name released. He says because there's things that happen there that he just don't trust won't happen again. And that's why I think sometimes these stories, even though they're horrific, need to be told so this doesn't happen again.
Yes. Yeah. That history definitely needs to be out there.
Yes.
Hiding history is the best way to repeat it. You know, if we get out there in front of history and we learn about it, we see where we made mistakes as human beings, and we make sure we don't make those mistakes again. But until you point them out, sometimes it's real easy to make a stupid mistake, and now you've created a situation and you're doing the same thing over again. So yeah, that's right. We do need to stay in front of it.
Yeah. And and it's terrible that this happened, but there's still terrible things that's happening today. And it might be just simply because people don't know the results of what they're doing now. How is that going to affect their future and stuff going on in the community? It affects the whole community.
It does. It does. Well, I'm glad that they have kept this building and they're trying to keep it as historically correct as possible, because people need to see it. It needs to be something that people can interact with and see what their life was like in that situation.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. There was,
people, the whole thing.
Yeah, it is. People, people make mistakes. I realize that people make mistakes and they learn from those mistakes, and and that's good that they do. I hope nobody ever has to go to jail, but sometimes people do. They have to go, and it actually helps them because they'll get the help. But there are those times that it's worse for them to go. It's not the help that they need. And I think that particular one was one of those times when he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, they come out worse. Yeah.
Well, I just want to make sure everybody sees this is the Pauley jail. This is where the investigation is taking place. Also, if you are interested in going to Pauley jail, you can reach out to Stan and Teresa Fikes. She is a guest on the show tonight. Look at this.
And we also have someone on site right now doing a live investigation. Let's see. Let's reach out to them and see how they're doing and see if they're ready to to come back in.
I'm not sure how.
So
I'll try to. Matt, can you text him?
I can't really
'Cause
do
he's
that
not
right now.
online.
You're going to have to do it, Lee.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah.
I'm turning everything on. Also, I wanted to pop up here again. Hey, Jatine, we see that you've messaged on my profile. I see you, Brandon. I see you, Dawn and Bill. I'm sorry that my thing is broken, and we've got a message out to tech saying, hey, my stuff's broke, but it's still not fixed. So when it's got the best profile, she gets them all, so she can pop them up. And
Yeah,
it has.
just go to mine.
Mhm. I'm telling you, Nan, you really should. You should come. This is where he grew up, and he lives in New England area now. You
Yep.
need to come. I've
Jatine
got
is
some
going to
pictures of
be at the Medieval Faith Fest.
Nate, just wait
Okay.
till it cools down a little bit.
Yeah,
He
Jatine's
wants to
going to be there, and they may have some animals by then, so we'll have to see.
That would be amazing. All right,
He's been
so
trying.
I've got a few pictures from last year's con. All right, there we go. Yep, that's been a minute. Then we've got
Oh, not that picture, Lee.
Brandon.
Why?
Yes, there's Matt talking. And I have a theory. Here's my dad with my alligator Ollie. It ended up being a lot bigger. And I think that this was a family member. I think that the one in Alabama was the family member. He was a cousin and was just coming to the family reunion. That's what I think. That's
That's what it
my
was.
story.
He was
was
hitching
coming
a
to get some
ride,
steak.
what it was.
Yeah, he's coming to get him some steak.
Yeah, he was hitching a ride. He knew Gwen wasn't with us at the moment, and there was an open seat in the car. So he said,
That's
I'm going to
it.
hitch a ride.
Yeah, he's
There
later
you
on. Yeah, he
Well,
had
I don't think
long
the dogs would have been
legs,
too
too.
happy with that.
No.
Now, in Alabama, we learned to stay away from the alligators. But, Stan took me back to his home in North Carolina, and he pulled over at this big old lake. So it looked like a lake to me. And he gets out, and he is feeding the gators there. And there's just like swarms of gators in there. And I'm like trying to get kids back in the car, get back in. But he's feeding them.
Yeah.
No big deal to him.
Can you tell us what this is at the Poly Jail?
Yeah, that is the lion's cage. Now, it doesn't look like that now. It's all grown up. Got a lot of poison ivy all over it.
Oh
Last
boy.
time we were
So
there, I
a
think it had
lion
some
cage.
crepe myrtle
Oh,
too.
no.
Not crepe myrtle, was it? Virginia creeper is what I'm thinking of.
Matt, we're going to have to wrap you in a bubble suit.
Yeah, no, I'm not going
He's
in there.
allergic.
That'd be like chemical warfare treatment right there. You'd be torturing people.
It has Virginia creeper with it, so that is the antidote to the poison ivy.
So if you're going to go in there, you better roll all around and get it all. Huh?
Yep.
Well, this is
So we are running the Marietta, the Medieval Faith Fest is
Yes.
November the 13th through the 15th in Marietta, Florida. And
Yep.
it's medievalfaithfest.com/event-ticket. It
I'm
looks
putting
like
it
it's
back
going to
in
be a
for you.
fantastic. I see it is rolling, looking
Yeah.
good. And
It's rolling.
there is a little sneak peek during the paranormal conference outside. These
Mhm.
guys were having fun, and this is going to be fantastic.
It is.
And
Yeah.
vendors, if you are wanting to take part, you better get on the ball quick because it's going to be a great event, and people are going to want to do it. Well, I've texted him a couple times. I'm trying
I
to.
don't. He should have his phone off if he's in there. So
Okay, he said he's ready.
all right. Let's bring him up.
we got a
Stan
couple
was
minutes.
texting.
come on in live from Poly Jail.
He's not here yet.
Let's just repeat that again. Come on in live from Poly Jail. Net. No, maybe not.
Everybody's getting hot. Okay.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That place
good.
does not have air conditioning, and this is,
Sunday. No. Mm-mm.
I know where we live, this was so far the hottest day we've had so far. Actual temperature was 101, and heat index was 115.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's the hottest day we've had so far this year. So unfortunately, I got to go to work in it tomorrow. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, so somebody bring some ice packs over, and when the jelly of a person comes in tomorrow that's all melted, just throw the ice on top of me, and I'll try to get back into something.
You know, we
Yeah.
will bring you whatever you need.
Yeah,
Yes, we
How did you like the Hampton Inn?
it's
And
I
nice.
loved it.
Yes, it was
It
nice.
was
They
good.
were really nice. We liked the fact that everybody, was in the same place, and most of us were on the same floor. So it's good because we stayed up a little bit later, having fun, enjoying each other, and reminiscing. The family reminiscing, and the good thing is the people next door on both sides were in the same boat. So we
I was
we didn't
across
keep
the
people
hall.
up, and
Oh,
didn't create too much racket. So yeah, it was great. It was a great
We
time.
had so
It
much
was.
fun.
the rooms
I
were
don't
clean
even-
and comfortable too. That's a big
Yeah.
deal.
I remember the elevator because it was clicking. I have a fear of elevators anyway, but I don't really remember going in the room and going to bed. I was so tired.
You
It's
had to
here.
be exhausted.
So, yeah.
All right, there's Blaine. How you
And
doing,
we've
Blaine?
added you.
Hold on one second. Let me turn this Bluetooth
Blaine,
off.
live from Poly Jail.
You're
How you
not
doing,
vision
Blaine?
on your camera. Not vision on your camera.
How are things going with you guys?
Bluetooth.
Got anything coming in?
Yeah, we were getting something here a minute ago.
Blaine,
Hold
Stop, circle.
on. Turn the fuck off. Sorry.
well, I see a light.
Yeah.
I see a finger.
It was a ghostly finger.
It's a ghostly finger.
Hold on.
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't think you're going to be able to. There he is. I get a little light from your cell phone. We see you, Blaine.
Hold on a second.
So, have you started selling the tickets for the Medieval
Hold
Faith
on one
Fest?
second. I'm trying to get the
Yeah.
volume
yeah.
to turn up.
Oh, yeah, we've
Did
been
you
selling
start?
tickets. They've been live for a while now. But, yeah, we're selling tickets.
All right. That's
Cool.
great.
So, yep.
So remember, guys, whenever we're doing a live investigation anywhere, everybody that's in the audience is part of the investigation. If you see something, if you feel something, use all your senses. When we're doing an investigation, you let us know what you see and you feel. Even we have proven in our classes that we've had people on the other side of the planet that have been able to join into investigations and classes and some of our like parapsychology experiments, and they've been able to take part in it. And we've had things come through for people in Japan and Australia. So
There he is.
if you see anything, you feel anything, you taste anything.
Sorry, y'all. I was
anything
trying
like
to get
that.
it off of Bluetooth because we were doing a
So-
ghost box session.
Anything like
okay.
that. Remember, you guys are part of the investigation too. All right,
So,
Blaine.
what's happening, Blaine?
Well, besides the fact that everybody is burning up in here, Ed and Myra had to sit down because they were too overheated.
Right.
So we haven't got to do much of investigation because everybody had to sit down because of the heat.
Tell us a
Oh.
little bit about what you're finding.
What we're getting so far on the third floor is we're up and where Aberdeen was. He has come through. He's happy now that he's not stuck
Thank
here.
God.
But he came through and said hello to us.
Oh.
It's great.
And oh, there now. She's that. I don't know what that device is that Myra and them have. A C-Pod box, EPOC. Yes, no is all it says.
Okay.
And they don't like the fact that I removed Aberdeen from their control. Now Aberdeen's still here because he chose to come say hello to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we were right in the middle of talking to him, and I would have got back sooner, but I was trying to make sure everybody wasn't dying of heat stroke.
Mhm.
Of course.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Of
hot.
course. Well, take care of
Yeah.
them. It's
I
hot.
know here we just experienced the hottest day of the year so far.
Yeah.
We had
Well,
101
the heat index right now is what 9 o'clock y'all's time, and it's still 116 at 9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock mine.
Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Guys, be careful. Make sure you stay
Yeah,
hydrated.
we're gonna. I'm gonna get them two downstairs in a minute. Get them outside. Let them get some fresh air. I tried to open all the windows as usual, but there is no cross breeze coming through here tonight.
You know what? And that's the way the prison was. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine what they went through?
Yeah, and what I'll do tomorrow night when we do Cryptid Nation, I'll talk about more stuff that we caught.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nice.
All right, guys.
You guys be
Y'all take
careful.
care.
Enjoy yourself.
out.
If you get a chance, get downstairs to that break room.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And
We've
I'm
always
gonna get
had
them
good
outside for a few
activity
minutes.
there. Well, you guys
All
stay hydrated, and we will be checking back with you guys. We'll check back with y'all tomorrow. I think it's maybe one of those things where the heat may be better to pull out and get cooled off.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with them right now. All right.
All right. You guys be
Take
careful.
care, guys.
Blaine.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good job, Blaine. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. All right. So, Polygel, a very active place. Might want to go there when it's a little cooler outside because there's no air conditioning and it is steel and iron inside of that place. And once it gets hot, it holds on to that heat. Could you imagine the misery that those people had in that jail? You know, it had to be. So you fill that thing with what was the maximum amount of capacity they had in that at times?
Yeah.
I mean, would they?
The most that they've had in there was what, Stan? How many did they have in there at one time? Do you remember? It was like a couple of thousand.
It
Was
was,
it?
it was
They had more than
like
12.
1,200,
Yeah,
like 1,200.
because
Wow.
they had them where they could close off those doors and then like around the cage inside, would be a
Yeah.
place for them. They could close off for on the second floor, that area. So where the table is, like where
Yeah.
everybody's going to be, that would also be an actual cell there too as well.
They had as
Oh,
high 10 per cell.
Yeah, yeah. They said anywhere from 10 to 12 people per cell in there.
Plus
wow.
3.
Those
So,
cells are tiny. When you think about 10 to 12 people in each one of those cells,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only 2 beds, 2 cots in those cells.
But they
So-
had it, they could rearrange it, and so they'd have some going one direction and then the others turn the opposite direction. So they were really just stacked in there like pancakes, basically.
It's hard to believe that anybody, I mean, could you imagine going someplace and getting drunk, passing out, waking up in a pile of people like that?
Oh
The
no.
frustration and the anger that would build up just from being packed in like that. I mean, you're liable to commit murder again, you know? 'Cause, I mean, gosh, it could be a real mess. But you stack all those bodies in there at 98 degrees, each one of them, you're turning the heat on and no ventilation. It probably was not it probably stunk pretty bad in there. Now you're trying to sleep in all that.
Oh,
nasty
yeah.
sweat. Wow, that's amazing. Outside time would be the blissful moments, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
if they let you go outside.
So listen, y'all
Goodness.
need to come down, and we're gonna need to get in that tunnel in Dothan.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready.
Sure enough.
So he is. I think he's still walking on cloud 9 because we all
Oh,
went.
bless him.
Yeah. Yeah, that place definitely needs a long, very detailed investigation.
It
Yes.
I
does.
got some equipment I'd like to bring in there, and it'd really be cool to bring a drone in there and see if we can get in that tunnel
Mhm.
and see what's going on. That'd be amazing.
I bought a drone. I've got one we can use for that.
Yeah, that would
That
be.
video. And the spirits I was talking to, that from that area, they said that is the way. That's the tunnel. That's what we've been looking for.
Yep.
I'd love to see it.
Wow.
I think it's interesting how we were downstairs, didn't really have a lot going on, and then some people caught some glimpses upstairs. We took some equipment and set it at the top of the stairs, and it was like it was beckoning us to come
Yeah.
upstairs.
was.
And then when the girls went upstairs, boy, it was on then. They were all wanting to have a conversation with the ladies. So
Yep.
that was,
They were
They
all
just
at that
didn't like you,
bar.
man.
they didn't like me. They wanted the girls up there. That's what that was all about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
It's okay. We use y'all
down
for
the
bait every
street,
now and then.
down the street they had some special ladies.
Yeah, I was, yeah,
Oh,
special.
yeah.
That's a good
Oh,
way to put it. Special
Some
ladies.
lady.
Special ladies. Yeah.
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 Well, maybe that was
So,
what they were going there for.
so some ladies showed up. Yeah. But now Russ thinks he has made some communication with his great grandparents, and
Mhm.
I told him I really believe that he has. I do. I think that they're really
We
checking
are.
on him, and they're trying to encourage him. So I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, there was a lot of activity going on in that
It was
place.
a very emotional
Yeah.
day because
It
he
was.
had been waiting for that for a
Yeah,
while.
when he
And he was able to speak to not
Mhm.
just the people that were there that his family knew, but when he saw that his trainer and publisher, I'm not publisher, but it, I guess it would be his manager
promoter
was there.
promoter.
Motor,
Yeah,
yeah.
promoter. Yeah, that's it. And then a famous wrestler was there
Mhm.
Yeah,
and spoke to him,
the
and it
wrestling
blew
pro.
him,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, blew him away.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah. And
Guys,
That's
how would
when
I
we do
got to
it.
get off here to get the other one ready to start. So
Okay. Well, we
Uh,
won't be long. Thank you. Yeah, it's 10 after 9 our time.
y'all have a good night.
all right.
Good
Thank you,
night,
Gwen.
Gwen.
All right. You're welcome.
So yeah, Teresa, we really appreciate you coming on. I know that you have we now know it's even more busy than we thought before. You've got an extremely busy schedule, and I'm glad between the thousand things that you had to do, you were able to squeeze us in there and take a little breather and talk to us. I'm sure you're making plans on the outside of this, and you and your husband do a great job putting these events
Yes.
together, and I know
Thank
you've got a wonderful team that's always helping you out. And every time we've ever needed anything, when we've been in any of the Paracons that you've done, the answer was, we'll make it happen, and or this, go here and do that. So we always got the answer that we needed. It was never tough. Figure it out yourself, kid. None of that kind of stuff. We've always had, great experience with you there. And like I said, it is like a family reunion. This is a group that has become so tight knit. The even the newcomers, when they come in, become a part of it. You know, you get the
Yes.
new talent that comes in and they quickly fall right in and they're like, oh, we see, because we tell them all, you know, Deep South is like a family reunion. You're going to love it. This is going to be a great experience for you. And then they come in and they're like, oh, yeah, we get it now. And our little tradition of going to eat at D&D Steakhouse in Ozark is definitely a thing. We're going to keep that going as long as their
We
doors
just
are
had
open.
one.
We're going to keep
Yep.
it open. I think they are looking to sell it, but they're going to keep
Well, he
everything the
said they
same.
were. She said they were. He said no. I don't want to sell.
Yeah.
I'm on
So
his side.
yeah. So we're rooting for them to stay open, and if not, maybe some of our friends could buy that. Stan, that wouldn't be a bad idea for you. But
There you go, Stan.
it's
I don't
turnkey,
know about
ready to
Stan.
go. Turnkey, ready to
Yeah.
go. Everything's ready. So, but it's a great place, super hospitable. Everybody there. You know, we've never run into a situation where we didn't feel like we were fit in. We didn't feel like we were welcome. You know, it's great. The
It was
community is
amazing.
great. And it's a warm atmosphere. You know, the people are great there. Even, you know, going to a new venue, you know, breaking into Enterprise, you know, we were worried about that venue being difficult to work with, but it ended up working out okay. It worked great. The ladies that ran it, you know, she and I had a great conversation. It worked out great. Hope she's going to be in my classes next year. So I've got a spot
Yes.
held open for you. So make sure that, you know, we really enjoyed it. And we know if you haven't made a plan to go which cons you're going to next year, go ahead and put Deep South on the list. I don't know if you guys have a place or a date set yet. As soon as it is, go ahead and put that out to us and we'll put it out on the network so people can mark it on that calendar and have that thing to look forward to. So I know that we're excited about it. We'll definitely be there next year.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you and Stan both for putting on such a
Yes.
wonderful event for everybody to come to.
Thank you. And thank y'all for coming and being a part of it.
So how can they
And
get in touch with you?
Well, they can get through to us on Deep South Paracomicon at gmail.com or Medieval Faith Fest at gmail.com.
All right.
so there you go. Right? And there's that.
Yeah.
So there we go, guys. And I want to end the show with our traditional way of doing it. You had a million things to watch tonight. Thank you for being with us. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow night with Cryptid Nation. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for being a part.